Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of January. And today we're going to talk about mastery. We're going to talk about commitment. We're going to talk about focus. We're going to talk about things that you need to do and sacrifice to master your craft, master what you want to do in real estate and succeed. So how this topic came up many years ago, and I brought this out several years ago, and then so this topic I've talked about several times in the last few years, and just like a lot of my topics, as one of my favorites is I was watching some golf years ago, and just watching not just those top couple of golfers that are always near the top or near the always in the news and the paper and always in the tournaments. Is all of those people that there's many golfers, professional golfers, that make a good living in golf. I didn't know this until a few years ago, because and never get into that top 10, that top 20, or even in that category. That I learned that there's a category. I mean, there is all the different tournaments have different prizes, but they go down quite a few levels. Like, you get paid, most tournaments, you get paid just to be in, to qualify for the tournament. So you get something. They're all different in how much they make. Also, these golfers, professional golfers, also get money through endorsements through the different companies, in hopes. What do those companies do? They're investing money and time and resources in these golfers in hopes that they will eventually get better and better and better and be one of those top golfers, and they got them under contract, and it promotes their product. So the point I'm getting at to compare this to golf is that these golfers that never get to be in the spotlight there's several of them still doing well. And what are they doing? They're every day, they're trying to master their craft, master what they do. And majority of them will never get to the level of some of those top tier golfers. And to me, sometimes, when I was just analyzing that, I was thinking, wow, would that be very disheartening as a professional golfer, that you went your whole career and no one really knew your name? You never were in those top 10 or top 20. Yes, they're all shooting for that, but some of them actually get to the point in their career and knowing that I'm just going to master the level I need to master. I'm going to try to do better and just compete with myself every year. I'm going to try to make sure I get to do the best I possibly can to master to my level of skill, to get into tournaments, to earn money, to keep my sponsorships dollars coming in. And they really know that it's, I'm sure they all are going for that, but after like 10, 15, 20 years, they might go, my game is the max it's going to be. It's still great, but I'm never going to win the Masters. Do you know what I mean? But they're satisfied with the level they're at because they're mastering their skills at their level. So how I bring that to real estate is that you have to master your skills. All right, let me jump back one more second. And then I look at those golfers, and this is a difference between real estate. They have to sacrifice more than you do. They have to travel. They have to go to all across the country, world, to play in these tournaments. They're all not in their backyard. They got to leave their families. They got to leave their friends. They got to do a lot of traveling. They got to go to places they don't want to go to. They've got to practice to make sure they keep their skill level up, not just play, or they're out of the game completely. So they have that fear of loss and that sacrifice they have to do. Now in real estate, you have to figure out where your level of mastering your craft is. What level do you want to be at? Do you want to be in the top 10 agents in Ohio? Most of us don't. You know, those top 10 agents, you know, how many hours they're working, you know, how many trips they're missing, how many things they're missing, their birthday parties, how they're on the phone all day long, and the effort that they have to put into their business to be in one of the top 10 realtors in Ohio, or anywhere in the country. So the great thing about real estate, you get to just compete against yourself. You get to just master your craft. And what kind of sacrifices do you have to do? You can master real estate, never leave your house. I have agents right now that are doing very, very well, that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, never leave their house, never show a house. No, I mean, physically, never list a house physically. They've mastered their skill of communication, connecting with people over the phone, in person, in meetings, and networking, door knocking, getting business. That's the first skill you have to master, is getting the business. Now, doing the business, a different skill set, or working the business once that comes in. But there are some very successful agents that are making a lot of money in real estate that have mastered their skill of communicating, connecting with people, follow up, negotiating, convincing them that they're the right agent for the job. They might have a team of agents underneath them that are doing all the legwork and the boots on the ground type people. Could be, I'm just kind of giving you a little idea of a team or people that use other agents to help them get to the next level, because there's only a level that you can get to that's you're doing it all yourself. Every single person you're talking to, handling all the contracts, doing all the showings, there's going to be a certain level you hit, but there's also another level above that. But the point I'm getting at is that you just need to master your skill sets at your level to get to where you want to be. Kind of like those golfers. They're never gonna, they know this. I mean, I know they don't, a lot of them are always shooting for the stars to win that Masters. They're always going for that, but they know that their skill set is never going to get up to that level, but they still train, they still work, they still give that commitment like they're going to go to the Masters the next year, you know. So you have to do the same thing. You might not sell 300 houses a year, 200 houses a year, 100 houses a year, but you have to master the skill of communication, of networking, of problem solving, of objection handling, of follow-up, of door knocking, of prospecting, of for sale by owners and expires. You have to master that skill by practicing, role playing, getting in the game and talking to people. You've got to play the game of real estate like you're trying to go for that masters of real estate. But you'll know a majority of real estate will never get to that level. Which is totally fine. You get to set the level of where you want to be, and you could still earn a great living in real estate. You could still balance work and life and be successful in real estate. And the bar of what you need to master is something that you all have the skill of. I don't have the physical skill to be a world-class golfer, a professional golfer. I know I'm not that great at golf. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good, but not in anything to be good enough to be like an amateur status, almost like, you know, have a handicap or anything like that. I'm like those once or twice a year pretty good golfers that are not terrible. You wouldn't be embarrassed to play with me, that kind of thing. But in real estate, what is the skill you need to master? You all have that ability to communicate. Everybody watching this, I think you could talk to people. I think if you could, people like you, people trust you, you could convince them that you have the intelligence, you have the capacity to learn everything you need to do to help people buy or sell a house. You have the physical ability. You have, I mean, because you're not, no one's saying you have to run 10 miles before you sell a house. You have the mental capacity to do it because you passed your test, you passed, you went through the classes. If you're in real estate and you sold a few houses, you know you can do it. Example, back to golf before I go way too long on this one, is one of the reasons why, or one of the things I think a lot of people love golf. You know what it is? My opinion, don't get mad at me for all the golf lovers out there, is that they love it because they might shoot, we'll just throw out there a number, in 18 holes, they might shoot 100. But there's that one hole that they got a birdie on. There's a couple drives that went just as far as the professional golfers do. They hit that one or couple long putts that some professional golfers can't. They felt like a master of their craft because they were able to hit that shot, that one time around, 10 times around, but they know overall. Same with real estate. If you had a successful sale, a successful buyer, a successful communication with someone, you prospected, you followed up, they stayed with you. When they were ready, they contacted you, you contacted them, you found them a house, they were happy. You are just as good or even better than that agent that sells 300 houses. You just completed a sale from start to finish, from prospecting to close with a happy closing. You can do that 100 times a year. You know you can. You just did it. So just like those, weekend golfers, they know that's their goal. Like someday I hit that one shot. If I keep on practicing, I keep on playing, and I get consistent with it, I could be a professional golfer. Anybody that could do pretty well in golf, that has the physical ability, but they just get through them if they have the time, the sacrifice, and the mindset to do it, they could probably do it, getting that professional status. But you don't have to sacrifice that much. You could be in that professional status of the top tier of real estate agents in Ohio or in the country if you want to. You have the ability. You have the thing. What are you going to do to sacrifice? Are you going to sacrifice your time every day? You're going to get on that phone every day. You're going to make those calls, do those door knocking. Are you going to do the networking, do the follow-up? Are you going to do the things? Are you going to sacrifice the things that you need to do and put in the time and put in the effort to do it? Because you can do it. You've shown it. It's just, how are you going to consistently build on those fundamentals of real estate sales? And how often are you going to continue doing it so you can master it and get more sales? Hopefully that made some sense. But and sorry about the long video today. Didn't mean it to be this long today. But so that's it for today on this Tuesday. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, if you want to discuss this topic, call, text, email me. I'm happy to put you in my schedule. We'll go over this more in detail with how it fits your business, your life, your day-to-day things that you do. That's it. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.